Let's switch gears a little bit and talk about some news that we've been watching this morning, and that would be the IPO landscape. Reddit filing to make its public debut, filing to list here at the New York Stock Exchange. What can you tell us about some of the details of this IPO?
Yeah, they plan to trade on the New York Stock Exchange, as you said, ticker RDDT. They're planning the date of trading is expected to be in May. This will really be the first social media IPO since 2019 when we saw Pinterest hit the market. According to the filing, Reddit had about 804 million in annual sales in 2023. That was up 20% from the previous year. We know most of that money gets generated from ad revenue. About 98% of the revenue came from ads in 2022 and 2023. The company that's been around since 2005 still showing a net loss each year. For 2023, they reported a net loss of about 90.8 million, better than the 158.6 million we saw the year before, but still showing a loss. Some of the interesting parts of this is, Reddit is so they do plan to allow some of their non-employee moderators to participate in their IPO. Having a direct share program from that's going to be very interesting to watch that play out. We know that they've got a large community. We know that their focus is going to be on that ad revenue. We know that AI is now a part of their business as well. They announced it Thursday. They're expanding their partnership with Google in terms of Google being able to look at that company data to use for AI models. So it'll be interesting to see how this plays out. The ad revenue side, we know that this site has been it's near and dear to the users that use it, right? And so it'll be interesting whether or not any changes that come from going after this IPO affect the company or not.
I do find that fascinating. When I heard the news that they would let users, I'm not active enough on Reddit to be one of those users, but I found that fascinating because it can certainly increase the potential for volatility when you think about a public debut of a company, especially, IPOs it takes time to price it at the open, and they don't usually open right at the market open because, they're trying to kind of make it be a smooth, streamlined process. Was there anything else that stood out to you about the valuation of Reddit or the nature of this IPO?
Well, I do think it'll be interesting. We're waiting to hear, some of the share amounts. We're waiting to hear what the pricing will be still. But I do think it'll be interesting just in the fact that if we look at Reddit and basically the market participation around some of those Reddit forums, right? You think about some of the GameStop volatility and that sort of thing. I mean, that alone is going to make this an interesting IPO potentially. We may not see volatility from that at all. It's certainly possible, but we know that that has certainly been something. Reddit has been an area where a lot of those meme stocks, if you will, have really kind of come from, and a lot of that discussion and a lot of the push we've seen around that meme craze. So it'll be interesting to see whether Reddit ends up falling in that basket or not, or if we just see it kind of go on as a normal IPO, with the exception of the fact that they're going to have that direct share program.
All right, Jeff Pierce, great insight on some earnings report cards and, of course, this Reddit IPO. Thanks so much.